Do you ever find yourself feeling completely stressed? It could be from an upcoming exam, a job presentation, a family matter, the upcoming holidays, or even just thinking about what you'll cook for dinner when you get home. It is no question that stress can result from many different factors, and it is a real problem that we face as a society. Stress can also lead to many different issues in a person's life. For example, according to the Mental Health Foundation, 61% of adults who reported feeling stressed also felt anxious, and 51% of adults who felt stressed also reported feeling depressed. A lot of behavioral effects can also appear from stress. The same foundation states that 46% of adults ate too much or too unhealthy due to stress, and 29% reported that they started drinking or increased drinking while stressed. But stress can also stem from things that we can control in our own minds. Some examples of this that we will further dive into in the video is self-judgment, overthinking, regulating emotions, and procrastination. We will also talk about our interviews with others when we ask them about these factors and how they can affect our own stress levels, overall affecting their mental health as a whole. My group members and I will also give some advice and steps to control these behaviors and minimize stress from their own life.
Have you ever been your own harshest critic? Many of us are guilty of self-judgment, constantly questioning our abilities, and doubting our worth. In one of the interviews that I conducted, a common theme emerged. Self-judgment is something many of us struggle with in our daily lives. One person shared that every decision they made often led to missed opportunities and anxiety because they second-guessed them. Another person said that self-doubt kept them from pursuing their goals. It was made clear that these thoughts have a real impact on our well-being and productivity. Self-judgment is more than you might think, and it affects many people daily. When we constantly critique ourselves, we not only feel bad about our decisions, but we also lower our self-esteem and motivation. In one of the interviews, a person said that they would avoid taking risks because they were so focused on what others might think of them or on past mistakes. One person even said how they'd replay an interaction over and over, thinking about every word they said. This cycle of self-criticism can prevent us from growing, trying new things, and even taking care of ourselves. The main problem with not managing self-judgment is that it keeps us stuck in a negativity loop, making it even harder to move forward in life. That's why learning to manage self-judgment is crucial for our mental health and success. Mindfulness can be a very good solution for people. When we practice mindfulness, we become more aware of our thoughts and emotions without automatically judging them. Instead of reacting to self-critical thoughts, we can simply observe them, acknowledge them, and let them go. We would not let them affect how we go about the rest of our day. Mindfulness helps us stay present in the moment rather than getting lost in the cycle of judgment. Being mindfulness allows us to break the negative patterns that come with self-judgment, leading to improved mental clarity. By practicing mindfulness, we can reduce the impact of self-doubt and start living with more confidence. Overall, overcoming self-judgment is not just about changing our thoughts. It's about being kinder to ourselves and being more present. If we can manage self-judgment through mindfulness, we'll be able to take more risks and ultimately improve our well-being. Mindfulness is a simple and effective tool that can help us transform our relationships with ourselves and everyone around us.
If you don't already know what overthinking is or want a more defined definition, overthinking is when your thoughts and worries circle in an endless loop. Instead of preparing for the next step, overthinking usually leads to inaction, which can cause you to be more overwhelmed and not think straight. Overthinking has been known to cause many mental health problems, including depression, anxiety, OCD, and PTSD. It can also affect your physical health like high blood pressure, fatigue, trouble sleeping, and loss of appetite. It also affects relationships and most definitely affects one's decision-making and judgment. Research has shown that a significant portion of people who overthink also experience stress, with studies showing around 73% of individuals between 25 and 35 years old report chronic overthinking, which also contributes to their level of stress. I conducted some interviews with my family members, which involved questions of overthinking and how it affects their lives. When asked the question, what do you believe are the consequences of not overcoming overthinking, my mom said she believes not overcoming this can lead to many mental health problems. It can cause self-doubt and uncertainty, which can also affect your profession, especially if you're in a profession where you have to be quick on your feet thinking. My brother said he thinks it leads to things like procrastination. He said if he's overthinking an assignment in school, he'll put it off till last minute, or if he's overthinking in his football game, he doesn't perform as well as he normally does. When asked the question, do you think this challenge of overthinking is important to overcome? My dad said yes, it is important to overcome because many people struggle with it. He said it makes us become more stressed and anxious. Even though this is a very common challenge, there are many different ways to stop overthinking and reduce your stress overall. One of the most important ways to do this is through mindfulness and being fully present in the moment. Mindfulness can include things like meditation, journaling, taking deep breaths, and much more. So next time you're in a stressful situation or overthinking, do this. Stop thinking about what you should do next and focus on something else around you. Take a deep breath and just reset your mind. This will help you overcome overthinking and allow you to be more aware of your own thoughts. Another thing that I think is helpful to do is to start journaling and writing everything down. Like if you have a really stressful, important assignment coming up and you're not sure how to get it started or what to do, start writing all your strategies and all your ideas down instead of just putting it off till last minute and letting all those thoughts get lost. Soon these healthy habits will become natural to you and you will stop overthinking so much. You'll also see a huge improvement in your own stress levels.
Have you ever found yourself disappointed from a grade you got? Or maybe you feel your anger bubbling over from another driver cutting you off. Every day we have a wide array of emotions, and quite frequently we let them get the better of us. I know I'm not the only one that has fallen victim to allowing my emotions to control me for longer than I would like to admit. Especially in America, it seems we have become intolerant of regulating our emotions, even in the most mundane situations. And this is a problem. If we don't learn how to regulate our emotions, every aspect of our lives will be affected, including work, friends, and family. When asked about it, people said that regulating our emotions is a very important skill that every successful person needs to learn, and leaving our emotions unchecked can lead to unnecessary combative situations and a lack of productivity. I don't think our lack of regulation is an insult to our character, but I do think it's a result of not being taught how to properly handle our feelings. Now that you know how important it is to control your emotions, how can we begin to change this bad habit? The simple solution is to become more mindful. Mindfulness allows you to open up to the present situation and slow down to think and reflect about our words and actions. Mindfulness can arm you with tricks to help you in the present moment as well as after the fact. One way to become more mindful is to begin meditating. Now, meditation definitely doesn't have to be what the media makes us believe, by sitting crisscross with our hands on our knees, but it can be as simple as laying down in bed before going to sleep and relaxing your mind while focusing on any tension your body is telling you about. This can help you get more in tune with your body, which will allow you to start hearing when your emotions want to take over. Another trick mindfulness can help you with is reflection. It is very beneficial to have the ability to look back on a situation and tell yourself, you could have handled it better, but make a plan on how to act next time you find yourself in a similar situation. With these two things under your belt, you'll begin to acknowledge when your emotions start to take control and have the ability to rationally calm down, take a step back, and proceed with a level head. If we all begin to implement these habits, just think of how different our society would be. I believe we would all be more open and honest and would be less afraid to approach each other.
I'm sure me and you both have procrastinated something at some point in our life, whether it was doing homework, chores, having a hard conversation, or literally anything. You can procrastinate any task. Procrastination is bad because it makes you stressed and rushed. When you put things off, you end up with less time to do them well, which can lead to sloppy work. It stops you from learning and growing because you're not making the most of your time. Plus, it can make you feel less confident and more likely to keep putting things off in the future. So it's better to get things done on time, stay calm, and do your best. I know I struggle with this, so when we got assigned this assignment, I wanted to work on this goal and be more mindful of this bad habit I have. I'm a big procrastinator. I procrastinate so many things, like waking up in the morning. I'll press snooze because I don't want to wake up and get out of my warm bed. Or recently, I babysit on the side of my actual job for some extra cash here and there. I can't do that anymore because I don't have enough time in my schedule, so I had to have the conversation of I can't work for you any longer, which is a hard conversation that had to be done that I kept putting off. When I finally did it, it went really well and I felt so much better, but it was still hard. So I want to try to fix this bad habit in one area to start out with. I'm most guilty of procrastination when it comes to homework. I don't want to do it and wait till the last day before it's due to even start it most of the time. I told myself I need to do homework as soon as it gets assigned. I noticed a huge change. Instead of waiting till Sunday, I would have done my homework the same day it was due, and my stress level went from like here to down here. It was such a relief to just be done and not have to stress about doing it for the rest of the week. I could just enjoy my free time and not have to worry about homework.
We believe that overcoming these challenges can better society and make people less stressed. Changing these 4 habits will reduce stress, which can overall improve mood, sleep, relationships, productivity, self-esteem, and resilience. So think about which challenge you may struggle with and work on improving it for the overall better quality of life. Practicing mindfulness is a great way to start overcoming these challenges and can reduce stress in your life. And while you're at it, encourage others to do the same. Share with what you've learned about mindfulness and how reducing stress can help your mental health. Tell friends and family how it has helped you also.